Hi everyone, my name is Catherine. I'm the ACIYLS 2023 alumni, and guess what? I'm here today interviewing the winner for ACIYLS 2025 Indonesia rounds. Okay, Pentagrow, please say hi. So maybe before we start, a little team introduction about you guys, just to break the ice a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe start with this gentleman over here.
Okay. Hi everyone, we're Pentagrow, we're from Sampurna University. My name is Chris Kainchum.
I'm darling Natalie.
Hello, I'm Marina. I'm from IS 2024.
And I'm Audrey Valerie. Shout out to one of our other team member who cannot attend this interview for today. We have Fatih Nugraha.
Since our audience already got to know you guys, a question is, what exactly is your product?
I can answer that. Our product is a capacitor that is made out of sustainable biochar sourced from rice husk waste. In simpler terms, it's a way to store electrical energy using sustainable biochar material.
How did you guys find out about this innovation exactly? Why rice husk? Isn't that rather a very unique, very random concept? Did you guys just stumble upon it somehow?
So I feel like we first found out about biocharcoal first, and we know that biocharcoal can be used to make in supercapacitor. But then we found out that you can make biocharcoal from rice husk. And since this happened to be in ASEAN countries, we figured out that rice husk could be good for the environment in Indonesia, since there are a lot of abundance of rice husk waste as well.
If you might not realize, biochar is actually very common already, and that's how we first learned of the term, and because it turns out it's used in your water filters and your fertilizers. So we ended up researching what are the possible materials for biochar, and then we came across rice husk, which so happened to be something that is classified as an agricultural waste every year that Indonesia makes. And did you know that Indonesia is the #1 in Southeast Asia biggest rice husk waste producer?
We do have an abundant rice fields, so that does help.
Yes, we all know the motto, no rice, then that means we're not eating good.
That's true. Rice is a necessity in every household here in Indonesia. Now, before I go on to more technical things, and of course about your team, I do want to ask, why did you guys start ACIYLS, joining this competition, and who was the one who first started this whole team, this whole idea together? This gentleman again?
Well, there's a funny story. I think two perspectives really, because the first ACIYLS was first introduced to us like a few months ago, and then I looked at it and saw I want to join this, so I instantly messaged Darlene with like 3 paragraphs.
He was explaining what is
How formal, sir.
It was like 3 paragraphs. He was explaining, oh yeah, SU has won like 3 years, and then and so you want to follow in your path. And he explained to me what ACIYLS. Yeah, I only said, okay, Chris, I will join like that.
And then funny enough, seeing that Chris is very formal about his proposal, I guess, what Darlene said to me and Audrey was basically just like, hey, do you want to join ACIYLS?
Yeah.
And then we were like, yeah.
That's what Chris said to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just ask us in one simple sentence.
what was the 3 paragraphs to Darlene for, Chris?
He was like, I saw you on LinkedIn, you do pitching. So I figured out, what if we do this together? He was like that.
Then how did you ask Fatih?
No, I asked Fatih.
Okay, but that being said, when you did join, and after joining and seeing like the competition, what are the challenges that you guys face, and how did you, as a team, overcome them?
Well, the most obvious answer is, our scheduling. The timing is so perfect because we're all on a semester break. We all came from different cities, so we just came back home to our own cities, which some of us are in different islands, so that makes it so hard for us to discuss about this whole ACIYLS thing.
I would say that there's also several like funny stories, including it's very hard to actually come up with a meeting time, including there are this time instances where basically Audrey's family got her house got flooded. I guess. Yeah, so
grandma's house, my grandparents' house. Thankfully, we're all outside. We were all eating. So in that 2 hours of eating, the house got flooded. So basically, the next day, me and my family, we need to pack everything else and clean the whole house in a day. So, yeah.
To put the cherry on top, I would say that there's it was during the time when we have to submit the video submissions for the preliminary round. So that's basically kind of a very rush for us. Like, oh, we need to do this, we need to delegate this task.
I think one of the biggest problems was from the fact that we are actually all from different majors. For example, Darlene is from management, Marina's from information systems, as well as Audrey, and Fatih is also from management, and I'm from mechanical engineering. So when we approach a problem like this, obviously we all have a lot of different views. But I think what allowed us to come up and actually pull through was how we were able to all collaborate, synthesize, and blend all our ideas together to find one path that we were able to move forward with. And that takes a lot of communication and a lot of trust and a lot of basically understanding.
I think those, especially the challenge, is very good in terms of your team dynamic, because it does build that foundation where that eventually you can come to trust each other. That's a really good thing because you've come all this way up here from having those problems. Okay, I want to ask you guys, since this is technically a new innovation, it's not about technology, right? You also need to talk about leadership. And I know that Pentagrow's leader is Darlene, am I correct? Yes, so how did you lead your team through this project, and what leadership lessons did you learn along the way? Because this is the Youth Leadership Summit. That's what we're here to build young leaders from, ASEAN, China, India. So how's your story?
Okay, so as Chris has mentioned, all of us, we come from different major. Therefore, our perspective when we solve the problem, it's different. But I realized there's one main takeaway that I can take from that. If we're able to problem solve, meaning that at the end our product is very holistic. We can think about every possible challenges that we might come through. We don't only think the supercapacitor as only an innovation, but we also thought beyond that. What happens if we actually sell this product in the real market as a business? So we not only think about the technical or engineering part, we also thought about the business, finance. What's actually the USP of our product? Who are we selling this product if we were to market this as a real startup? We also thought about the sustainable impact that we have. What kind of problem are we solving? So I feel like once we're able to problem solve, we come up with this very full circle moment where our pitch deck is starting from A to Z. It's very complete. We even got a compliment for one of our judges saying that, I want to ask this question, but you already mentioned.
That's
yeah. Meaning that we thought about every single detail, and at the end of the day, that's when I reflect back, I think that's what differentiates us than other competitor. We think about every single detail because we come from different background, which some people might see is a bad thing, but I see it as a plus point of our team actually.
So I guess in a way you can say that your leadership is a way that you help these different minds become one vision, right?
Yes,
that's
true.
what you're saying, because I think that's a lot in common with most successful groups. A lot of people do that. Leaders should sit down, make sure that all their team is in the same page, especially listen to each other's problems, worries, or even opinions, and take that into consideration. So that's a really good leadership style, and I think you guys are definitely ready to go to the global rounds. Another question is, what do you expect to see in Singapore? I just want to know, what are your expectations there? What do you hope to gain from this experience entirely?
Well, obviously, I would love to network and socialize with people from other countries and also from other backgrounds, because that would be very insightful to share your experiences, share your about the cultures in your home countries as well. And I would really love to see that later in the future in our Singapore rounds.
I would also say, as a team and as a student, I guess we are a lifelong learner, so therefore we see everything as a journey to open new knowledge. And I think that by us pitching to a bigger scope of audiences, I hope that we get more input and advices on how to improve this revolved supercapacitors even more. than what we already have developed here in Indonesia. So I really hope to get another references from people from another country also.
I think the Merlion would be nice.
A very refreshing answer, Chris. What about you, Darlene?
Well, maybe same like Marina though. I would love to learn from someone from higher ups, people who are very experienced in maybe investing in startups. That's what I feel like I wouldn't expect from here.
Of course, there will be a lot of those, so little things to expect. There will be mentors, all from different walks of life. They're all really good, especially in terms of sustainable business. So that's something you should look forward to. But also another thing, other than, of course, your very good answers, but those are very diplomatic. The other one is, of course, to always have fun and to be proud of yourselves because you have made it that far. And whatever the outcome, just know that you've already done really, really well. So, of course, the main thing is to just enjoy. Yes. So that being said, are you guys ready to go to Singapore?
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. So we will see you all in ACIYLS 2025 Global Rounds in Singapore. Bye-bye.
Bye.